So we're looking at paper 2 and the chapter 2 test. Now, question 1. fx is equal to the mod of 2x add 3 take away 4, where x can be any real number. And we asked to sketch a graph of y equals fx, labelling its vertex and any points of intersection with the coordinate axes. So to start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw the graph of y equals 2x add 3 without the modulus. So sketching that, it's going to look something like that. Now we want to label any points, so we've got the vertex, any points of intersection with the coordinate axes. So we've got no vertex here at the moment, but we know that that point there is going to be 0, 3. And if we say that that's where y is 0, then we're going to have minus 3 over 2, 0 at that point there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the mod of it. So if we think the modulus is around the whole thing, so that's going to affect the y coordinates, and it means that we can't have any negative y's. So the graph's going to start off the same for that part there, but then the other part is going to be reflected up. And so our coordinates here are still 0, 3, and we now have a vertex there at minus 3 over 2, 0. So what we've then got is we've then got to take off 4. So we're now finally having the graph of y equals the mod of 2x add 3 take away 4. So that is going to shift the entire graph down by 4 because the 4 is outside the bracket, so it affects the y coordinates. So if we look at what we did have as our two coordinates here, our y coordinates are going to be shifted down by 4. So that tells me that this value here is now going to go below the x-axis, and that is just going to be shifted down by 4 units. So what we can do is we can draw that in, and we can say that our graph's going to go down to here and then across and up. And so labeling our points, this point is now 0, minus 1 as it's gone down by 4. That is now minus 3 over 2, 0 for the vertex, but I now have 2 new points that I need to find. So seeing as this is where it crosses the x-axis, that is where y is equal to 0, so we're going to look at solving 2x add 3 take away 4 is equal to 0. So if I take the 4 over and the 3 over, that is that 2x is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus a half. Sorry, positive a half. So looking at that, that's going to be this value here. So we've got half 0. But because we've got the modulus, we've got to look at the negative version of it as well. So minus 2x minus 3 minus 4 equals 0. So 2x is equal to minus 7 and x is minus 7 over 2, and that is my other solution here, minus 7 over 2, 0. So I've got my graph sketched, and I've got all the coordinates where it's crossing the axes as well as the vertex point as well.